Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Don't Be Like Jack. In the last episode we discussed the infamous Jack interview where he spilled the beans about his early life, how he stalked Tammy, and how he tried to kill his first son. Jack's stupidity was hard to sit through. Listening to him bragging about doing awful things made me wonder something though. How the fuck has no one punched this piece of shit in his fat fucking face? You would think by watching how horrible he treats fast food workers alone that he would have gotten his ass kicked multiple times. But he just keeps getting away with everything. Anyways, when we left off, Jack was fake crying about making his child homeless, but after he gets choked up, Tammy chimes in with her BS.
I've advised people to sometimes you gotta let your child go to save the rest of the family.
Yeah.
Bible says, you cut your arm off, rip your eye out, whatever you got to do to save the rest of the body. But
it actually brought us closer to Garrett because Garrett felt like not being in our house, he was able to be himself. And he's trying. He started going to church this year, to a church that is accepting of what he's doing. Because in California, you can get a green card and it's legal to carry.
Medical card?
Yeah, medical. Yeah. Well, they have their green cards, but yeah. Everybody has a green card for a different reason in California.
I know, I'm thinking, wait a minute, I'm confused. I don't know anything about these green cards.
Yeah. So, I mean,
these are different green cards.
Yeah.
You roll them
You
up
go.
and smoke
So
them.
wait a minute.
God, this is hard to watch. Also, Jack was just fake crying a second ago, but quickly turns around and laughs as soon as he gets the chance to make a green card joke. Him and Tammy seem to have this burning, hellish hate towards California. Even though they live in Nashville now, they still talk shit about it every chance they get. If you watch Jack's earlier videos, he would even make up his own myths about California as if he was trying to get his viewers to hate the Sunshine State as well.
Okay, now I was just about to try this a minute ago, and no lie, the whole studio blacked out. See, right now, while I'm filming, it's raining outside, just a little bit. But when one drop of water hits the ground, California drivers go bonkers. They drive into anything that has power.
He also has a video where he complains about California having horrible pizza, but then backs up this claim by ripping apart pizzas from national pizza chains that you can buy in any state. Besides hating California, can you guess what else Jack and Tammy hate? That's right, you guessed it. Weed. In fact, even Junior hates it. He actually posts about his hatred for it on his socials from time to time. According to them, it's the only drug on the entire planet.
You can get a green card and carry pot?
You can walk into a doctor. He has one that he pays, I think, when they first came out years ago, they were $300 for 3 years.
It doesn't have to be medical. It can just be,
I
like,
I
smoke
have
it.
rage issues. I have rage issues.
They'll fill out any reason you want. You can walk in.
We don't.
Yeah. And they have clinics all over Los Angeles that you can just walk right in with your card.
And it's a shopping
carry.
mall. There's
Wow.
product, there's oils and
Different
cooking
flavors
oils and
like a vapor shop here.
It's wow.
I don't see this on the news or anything.
Well, because it's accepted over there.
And you don't need a card anymore. Anybody that has a
Have it.
deadly car can go get stoned.
Yeah.
God, this guy is so stupid. He's making it sound like weed is the #1 cause for car accidents.
So that's where we're at right now. He's hanging out with rappers like Snoop Dogg and Andy Milonakis from MTV. That whole industry that encourages this whole lifestyle.
Yeah.
And he's so deep that he goes to festivals, and we love him. We love him. We love him, and that's his choice.
Yeah.
And
he's an adult. I mean, he's
Yeah.
accountable for his choices
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
And
What the fuck is wrong with these people? Jack, do you think Andy Milonakis, Snoop Dogg, and festivals are Satan's creations or something? This motherfucker got excited about taking a picture of Snoop Dogg in another video.
And then, did you see my post on Facebook with at the airport coming home?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I was right behind Snoop Dogg. If you don't believe me, here's a picture of Snoop Dogg. And he went through security before I did. Took him a little longer. Nope, just kidding. I'm just kidding. That was funny.
So, it's okay when you hang out with Snoop, but when your son does it, he needs to drown to death in holy water? Like I said before, it really seems like Jack is just insanely jealous of Garrett for being successful, and try to cover up his jealousy with his hatred of weed. Garrett was actually a music producer and he worked with Andy Milonakis, Snoop Dogg, Mac Miller, and Wiz Khalifa. He obviously made a ton of money in the process, and Jack hardly made anything off of his failed sauce company, and I don't even think he makes money off YouTube anymore. He pretty much does nothing while Tammy earns all the income. Jack seems to think that Garrett is living a fake life, and he is an expert on what is real or fake, because as we all know,
I am real.
him and Tammy think that they can show Garrett what the real life is.
So we're going to pray that God touches him when he's here, that we can bring him out of his element and show him this is real life. Where you're at isn't real life. This is real life. This is where people love each other and have barbecues and dogs and fences. This really exists.
Yeah.
A godly world really exists. And you can have the dream family that you want. I'm hoping I can relay that message. We will see. This is kind of where we're at right now.
Is he married or has he been married or?
He's on the verge of talking about it. That's why he's coming here. So hopefully she doesn't watch, but because we're supposed to meet her too at Christmas time.
So they're acknowledging that they're talking shit about their son and hoping his soon-to-be wife doesn't see the podcast. Yeah, these people belong in hell. I wonder if Garrett did see the podcast at the time, because apparently it blew up locally when this was uploaded. I don't know how accurate this info is, but someone left a couple of comments on Reddit claiming that they actually went to school with Junior. They go on to say that Junior was somewhat of a loner and that after this video was uploaded, it made his situation worse. Not only did Jack make himself look like a disgusting piece of shit, but he also ruined Junior's school life. I'm sure Jack convinced Junior that it was Satan's fault because Junior still very much loves his dad to this day. Anyways, Brian asked Jack and Tammy why they came to Nashville, and they say that it was because Tammy's family lives there, Jack's butt buddy Paul moved there, and Tammy acknowledges that Tennessee is a red state, but I think I heard that Nashville is very democratic, so why choose to live in a blue city surrounded by a red state? Again, some of the biggest idiots in the world right here. This conversation leads into a lot more nonsense, so get ready to hear some more BS. Jack says another reason why he moved to Nashville was because of religious freedom. His explanation of why he had a hard time being religious in California sounds completely fabricated and false.
My viewers write me all the time, and they're like, "Why did you move from California to Tennessee?" And I'm like, the number one reason was religious freedom. And I tell people in Tennessee, and they're in shock. I'm like, in California, you can be fired for saying God. Talking about God, using his name in the workplace, you can lose your job. You can have no crosses on your desk, nothing referencing your faith at all.
Now, he says people in Nashville get shocked when he tells them this, and I can see why. Because Jack was never in the fucking workplace to begin with. This dumbass would turn on a camera and play pretend chef, then put vinegar jelly in a jar while his wife worked away. I swear, it sounds like he just read a bunch of right-wing stuff online or watched some YouTube videos and thought, oh yeah, I hate California because wokeness. Which is something that still bothers him to this very day, and he still complains about it on his shitty podcast. So he obviously didn't escape it.
Plenty of rainbows on the desk, but no.
Like those new Doritos. I'm so mad at Doritos.
Did you see my...
Yeah. I can't think about it right now. We have to get through this.
Yes. Well, I want to talk about those Doritos.
And of course, Jack can't go 5 minutes without being homophobic. However, this time his wife and friends jumped in on the homophobia. This kind of makes me want to make a video on that time Jack acted like a schoolgirl around that baker and then asked him to come live with him.
And the other thing is, as of the year 2000, all lifestyle type or health books or whatever they call them now, in elementary school, it's a mandatory law, as any printing after 2013 has to talk about homosexuality as an acceptable lifestyle.
Or an alternative.
It's a law now. And I'm like, now I want to go on record and I want to say, homosexuality is a sexual preference. It is not a lifestyle. It is not a culture. Simple. It's something that's behind the bedroom door choice, and there's no reason for it in any school, no matter what you're teaching.
Especially elementary.
It's for mom and dad, and you're not going to teach my child. So that was the last straw.
So Jack strongly believes that homosexuality is a choice. He actually believes that people just choose to be gay. For those of you who don't believe me, let's look at this other clip of Jack saying so.
Okay, so let's just get into it. Is being gay or just gay as in general a lifestyle? They call it a lifestyle. Do you consider gay being a lifestyle?
No. Because a lifestyle is a choice. It's a way in which you choose to live. I don't think straight is a lifestyle either, obviously. I never chose to be straight. I just am straight. So I think lifestyles are things that you choose. Or you're going along your life and all of a sudden you decide to live a healthier lifestyle, right? So you pick healthier foods and you try to exercise more.
Wait, you're saying being gay, you're born gay? You believe you're born gay?
Yeah, because I was born not gay. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're on a different track than I am. Because I believe some people, honestly, I don't believe you're born gay. I don't believe it's science. I just believe it's preference. But that's my opinion.
Based on what?
Based on we can't prove it yet. We haven't been able to prove this.
I can prove it very easily. You ready? I can prove it. Did you choose to be straight?
Yeah.
Yeah, you chose to be straight.
I seriously have a hard time believing Jack is straight. Especially when he says stuff like,
Whip that up and give it to me.
Okay, so it's kind of difficult to show this next part because they drag the story on longer than it needs to be, so I'll just sum it up for you guys. Jack and Tammy constantly asked God if he wanted them to go to Tennessee or stay in California to carry out his mission. Tammy then applied for jobs around Tennessee. She landed a job in Kentucky. They stayed in a timeshare, moved to Tennessee. Then Tammy left her new job and doesn't really explain why. Now, they were able to do all of this thanks to Tammy, and instead of Jack thanking her for supporting his dumb, unsuccessful ass and for moving them out, they both decided to thank God instead. Again, it really seems like Tammy broke her back doing all this work thinking Jack was going to become this huge celebrity eventually. Seeing how she acts on his current videos, I wonder if she regrets any of her past decisions. Anyways, they bitch and whine about how the movers broke all their stuff, and then Jack suddenly wants to bring up how they chose their new church. Now, he seems very excited to tell this story, however, he's about to say something very horrific, so brace yourselves.
Well, let's talk about our search for a church.
Okay.
You guys know that story? So, our number one thing was get a church, find a home. We need a home. That ain't our home.
Right.
The church is our home. And we said, we're going to commit as soon as we get settled in, we're in our house. We're going to go every week, and we're going to, every Sunday, we're going to try a new church. First church we went to, they played music, and it was all 70s rock, and not one God
Christian,
song
nothing.
at all. And the guy's got hippie hair, and I'm like, okay.
Well, and
They were rock's awesome.
Well, and they were very opening. Like they showed us the kids' room because the kids were on camp that week, and Jack's like, well, I mean, because Jack had one question that he would always know to ask a pastor.
It's will you conduct a gay marriage? Mm-hmm. It's really simple. It's the one question you can ask any church, and it tells you everything about the church. And
So
the
he
guy
asked this lady that was showing, and she's like, well, I really think you should talk to the pastor about that because my daughter's lesbian, and we're okay with it. But you can talk to the pastor on his stance on that. We're like, oh.
So I walk up to the pastor. I'm like, hey, I'm just going to ask you one question. Would you do a gay wedding? And he's like, well, I'm like, hey, nice knowing you. The moment he started welling me,
I just needed to know.
Yeah. Are you really thinking? Really? So we went to another church, which was okay. It wasn't mature enough yet. You could tell it was a starter church, a planted church that needed to grow a lot more. It wasn't really where we wanted to go. And I'm like, so I asked him, would you do a gay wedding? And at the end of service, I always waited after. And he's like, no. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. I said, but this isn't really, I'm looking for a church that teaches straight out of the Bible, that will kick my butt out of the chair, and does nothing but Chris Tomlin music. And he goes, oh, yeah, you want Cornerstone. Really? Did you just send me to another church? That is awesome. Yeah. So we dropped them off, and we're walking by, and it's about ready to start. And she's like, well, why don't we just sit? I don't want to have to go all the way home and then come back in an hour. We'll sit through the service. Let's check it out. So we sit down, and Pastor Davis gets up there, and he's like, first thing I hear him say, we need to napalm the Palestinians. I'm like, I look at my honey. I'm like, honey, did the pastor just say we need to like wipe out everybody like over there?
Yeah,
and he's
for
like,
5 minutes.
And I'm like, I stood up. Where do I sign up? Just take all my money, do whatever. Seriously, this is any.
Do you
pastor.
have like a room? Can I get a cot or something? Like I'll just stay here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Jack was recommended the Cornerstone Church. Pastor Davis went on stage. He said he wants to napalm Palestine. Jack heard this. He popped a boner. He jumped up, threw his money at Pastor Davis, threw himself at Pastor Davis, and said, "Sir, yes, sir. Like I said before, all these people need to go to hell." In the past, Jack has claimed that people take this clip out of context, but watching it with the context still makes him sound like a horrible human being. By the way, besides advocating for mass genocide, Pastor Maury Davis also straight up murdered a woman in 1975. Yep, he stabbed and almost decapitated a 54-year-old Sunday school teacher. At 18 years old, he was found guilty of manslaughter and only got a 20-year prison sentence, but get this. He only had to serve 8 years due to good behavior and the prison being overcrowded. And of course, he claims that he found his love for God while locked up, claims that he changed, all the usual stuff, yada yada. Now, in 1991, he wanted to start his own church, however, he was instead elected as senior pastor by a 200-member congregation. Yeah, 200 people who have the same mindset as Jack willingly chose this man to lead them, knowing he's a fucking psychopath. I believe he has retired from the Cornerstone, but I'm pretty sure Jack revealed in a recent live stream that they still pray for the woman he murdered.
Yeah, when I walked in on
No, it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday because that's when you met Bud. Bud met you at the door. Then he introduced you to Rusty.
So Bud walks me over. Bud's a tall guy. Yeah. He immediately brings me to Rusty. Rusty, this guy, la da 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 da. And Rusty goes, "Nice to meet you." He goes, "Hey, you want to help out with the men's breakfast?" And I'm like, "Sure. I cook for a living." And he says, "All right." I said, "What time do you want me there?" He goes, 4:30 in the morning. That's not when I eat breakfast. He's like, "You're gonna show? You need to bring your man card if you're gonna show. If you're not gonna show, yeah."
We are highly committed and disciplined.
I'm like, "I'll show. I'll be there before you." People literally said, "You act like you've been here for years and you've only been here a month." And I knew everybody in a month. It was crazy. I had more friends like in the first few months than in all my life in California.
He made so many friends, but where did they all go? Huh? When he lived in California, he always went out to eat with groups of friends on his second channel, but now he only hangs out with his wife. And sometimes his brother. The only noteworthy parts of the podcast end here, unfortunately. Jack tries to make it sound like he's best friends with the pastor, him and Tammy pat themselves on the back and brag some more, and Brian tells people to check out Jack's channel and his sauces. Well, thank God someone archived this abomination, otherwise most of these things that are said about Jack in the present would be harder to prove. It really seems like Jack got his karma in the end. He lost use of his right arm, some of his vocal cords are paralyzed, his eye is always halfway closed, and he has to use a wheelchair in public most of the time. And thankfully, lots of YouTubers also shared the Garrett incident to help spread the word about Jack's god-awful behavior. His channel really fell off and is nowhere near as successful as it used to be. You can also tell that Jack's health is getting worse each day. I really hope you guys all enjoy the video. This was hard to sit through. It was literal torture, I'm not joking. It's like every time someone in this room opened their mouth, I wanted to explode. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for today. I'm juggling a few ideas around for the next video, and I'm also trying to post more frequently if I can. I hope Jack didn't piss you guys off too much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.